Hello everyone, thanks for joining me today on Tamper with a Plan. In this video, we're going to be setting up the August planner lineup. And I know this looks like a lot of planners for 1 month, but I'm going to show you what everything is. And if you haven't seen my channel before, I have switched to all Laurel Denise planners. A lot of them I got right now when they were on sale because half the year has already passed. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to set them up. I will be Frankenplanning similar sizes together, but there are two that just don't fit the mold. They cannot be Frankenplanned. I mean, perhaps they can, but I don't have more than one to Frankenplan, and I like them in their separate planner. Although, if they could be Frankenplanned into one planner, that would be okay too. But this is my wellness planner that I have now, and it is the portrait planner from Laurel Denise, and I have this already set up for August. I did some decoration just on the front area, planning in the back area, and then we'll do the weeks every week as they come. It looks a little plain on the monthly to me, but I think that's going to be okay. We can maybe add stickers once I get writing. But this is my wellness planner, and what I have been doing is writing my workouts up here and some of my wellness and steps and tracking down here. And I'm liking how it's going. I also have my habit tracking over here. So it's a really cute planner. I'm really liking it. And I did want to have a separate planner for my wellness anyway, because I feel like it's going to give me an opportunity to pay a little more closer attention to it instead of just kind of being caught up in the other planners, and I do think that is working. So this is the portrait planner, wellness planner. This was decorated in a different video, and there's no setup for this one, but I wanted to just bring it out to kind of show you. I mean, there's stickering because I like that, but other than that, there's no real setup for this one. So this is what I will be using for my wellness for August. We'll get that out of the way, and then we do have to set up this pop-up planner. And what I decided to do, so for this video, I'm going to take breaks, go decorate these planners, and then come back at the end and kind of film it all at once when they are all finished, like this wellness planner. But this is the pop-up planner for July. I like to do this, but I can't really do this when it's popped up, so I come in and do it, you know, whenever I'm working on the planner. I like to mark off the days so they know where they are. And we are now Sunday morning of the next week, so I like to use my ruler bookmark from my other planners because this guy doesn't come with one. All right, and we are actually, so I do the line so it looks nice and neat, and then they can just see which day we're at. Okay, so this is what it looked like for July. I'm still gonna plan for this week today. And this again is my kids, kind of like my kids planner where, you know, it's trash day, when they mow, or when we're gonna head over to grandma's, when my husband travels, so they know when he's leaving and when he's coming home. So then we just pop this up at the bottom of the stairs, and I'm planning to use this as their homeschool planner because I have all of these blank back pages that I'm gonna plan in. So we'll get that set up for August. We will set this up preliminary just to get into the school year, and I will show that on a different video. And then we'll flip back to this video when it's all done and I can show you how the lineup looks for August. But let's talk about our Franken planners. Because we have these two minis from Laurel Denise. And at first I had the horizontal in this cover, and I was using it as a meal planner, but then I switched covers and now I have the horizontal in here for my meal planner. I took the bookmarks out because I was looking at it, but here we are today, and I'm really loving it as a meal planner. What I'm doing is kind of doing like a vertical setup where all the breakfasts are down this row, all the dinners are down this row, and I did mention in my first week I put breakfast on top, dinner on the bottom, and I thought it was just too hard to kind of see, you know, but here it's very clear. I did day and nighttime snacks the first week. This week I just did random snacks, but I still did the 2 boxes. Same thing here. I just did whatever snacks we had, and then they could just pick 2 that they wanted. But this week I decided just to leave this open, and I'll just do a snack list instead of side by side. Just down the list, and they can kind of see and check and grab what they want. It'll show like what we have for them to snack on, because not everything's in front of your face and you don't remember that it's there. I'm really liking this one. So this is going to stay, and it's going to stay in this cover. And you can see this is where my pip leaked on my planner. And again, this is a wet erase expo marker that just smeared. So this month, once I get this wiped off, which I'm still using it and referring to it even today to set up this week's grocery list. I referred to this, but then I'm going to start using these Sharpies, and then you can wipe those off with like an alcohol wipe, or I mean, we'll see what wipes I have that can wipe it off, but at least an isopropyl wipe will wipe it off. What I wanted to talk about with this planner is I'm not going to pop in. So this is a vertical mini Laurel Denise, and I was using it really quickly as a summer school homeschool planner, which I now have the pop-up planner. Let's talk about the vertical layout because I wasn't sure what to do with it, and I had some really fun suggestions from viewers online, which I appreciate. One of the things that someone suggested was a budget planner, and I think that's what I'm going to do. So for August, I'm going to pop in, we're going to Frankenplan these guys together. So I'll have the meal planning, and it's really good for the budget to just be right behind the meal planner, so I like that idea. But what we are going to do is pop this whole August into this planner together, and we will do that again in a little bit after they're decorated. So let's finish talking about it, then we'll pause and do all the decoration videos, and then we'll come back and assemble them. Okay, last Frankenplanner is the horizontal. This was the vertical, and this is the project planner. So this is how it looks now. If you haven't seen my videos, I started the horizontal as my main planner, and now it's just my essentially YouTube planner. So this horizontal was main, now it became work. And the reason I didn't want separate planners at first, but the reason I'm really liking this here is these sections here are the videos when I'm uploading them, because I have a bunch just edited in my folder, and I'm like, when am I going to upload them? So now I started tracking that over here in the monthly. So I decided to do different color dots for when I get all 3 of them and I start uploading, because 2 of my channels I haven't uploaded for over a year. So I really need to start focusing on those. So eventually I'll have 3 different color dots for 3 different channels of uploads on here, and I can write what I'm uploading on what day, so that my folder that has all the videos in it can start to make more sense, and I can start deleting things that have already been uploaded. Okay, so that was my main, now my YouTube. This was my wellness early on. You know, here I have move, self-care, food, bedtime, and these are tracking, and I liked it for that. But then I moved my self-care into the portrait planner, which I really liked. So now I'm using it as a timeline, which I decided I didn't really need a timeline, but I do really like having a timeline. And even though it's not needed, what I do like about it is I can kind of see what I did during certain times. And if something changes, I can erase because I'm using my friction pen. So I do like this. I do mean the numbers really big on the side here, which I like that too. So everything's working well with that. And we have today, you know, scheduled. So I also have room for top 3, and then I have room in the bottom for just like a couple things that I want to get done as well. Now for this monthly, this is going to be my main monthly. Birthdays, anniversaries, anything is going to now be on this timeline. And because of that, this is kind of like my main planner. It's now in August going to be the first planner. Then we'll go into the work planner. So we're going to move some things around, and then we'll still have the project planner back here. So August should be a lot more organized for that. Okay. So this will again be the 3rd planner. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it now in the cover that I wanted to use for August, which is this cover. Super fun, and this is the project planner cover and coil. So let's set this aside. We'll talk about this one real quickly. This is the academic horizontal. It's one of the original, the only original one that I purchased as an academic, because I knew I wanted to have it straight for a year. So this cover we'll use in September. This is the only page that I decorated for this yearly overview and goals and stuff. So, now I have one of these from each planner. So we'll see how I'm going to set that up too. So once I get all of these set up, I can just use them from whatever planner I'm in. But I had a lot of fun doing this. This is not on the channel yet, so I'm gonna have to attach it somewhere. So I'll just tack it on at the end of the video, because it was supposed to be in my setup video and I didn't finish editing that clip. What I wanted to do for this right now is pop out the months that have already happened, and then it gives me more room on the coil. Even though I don't really need all of them out of the way, I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna keep the January in because it does have this section here. And even though these have passed, I'll try to figure out something to do with these, but we'll pop them out for now. So we're gonna do all the way to June. And the project planner is really easy to take the other pages out because there's only these big pages. For the project planner, all the extra pages are in the back instead of up front with the weekly. All right. Okay, so these are the sheets that I took out 5 months worth, and that's because we have July in the planner now. So this is what we will do right now, is we will be taking off the paper clips, and even though I have a week left, I might just stick the weeklies in, and I'll show you. We'll show you that. The last weeklies. We're just gonna have to do something, because when you're switching to the next month, unless you do it on the exact day, you're gonna have a little time. So all paper clips off. But I'm gonna pull this off for now. And we said that the declutter planner was gonna be the third planner. So I will just pop it in here. And on the back, obviously, is this August tab. That will be a different video upcoming. I'll use an older month and just show you like how I would use it as my only planner, because I know not all of you girls are gonna have like these amount of planners. This is like a planner YouTube girl thing to have these many planners. This many planners. Okay, so now we have August in, and we're gonna work backwards. Maybe it would make more sense to work forward. I'm gonna grab these stickies. So when you have several, I think you can pull a little faster without having to worry. So that's why I kind of went fast. We'll see how this goes. Nah, I already want to help it. Just the first time. Every time, gals. So this is already going to be a long video. That's why I'm going to be decorating them in a different video. And then adding them decorated at the end. So do stay tuned to the end if you want to see how everything's decorated and how it all flows. So my old week is still in here. Okay, and then we need this out. Yeah. So we'll take this. So I did want to mention just one more time, when this was my main list, I did a master schedule over here of kind of like what I wanted to be doing every day. I like that for a while, but I really do like being able to get more specific. And you can see I had those little sticky Post-its. You could get more specific with those. And all I did was cut, you know, these down like across to make it, and I can move those around. I just think it's nice to have the whole week now that I, you know, was trying to find a reason, see how easy that came off? Find a reason to, a purpose for all my planners now. Okay, and is that everything? So now in my July planner, I still have the weeklies that I need to plan in today. And I started here. This is what, September? Yeah, this is September pages. So I'm gonna just paper clip them together so I know that they go together. And I'll come and get them in September. And then the rest of this is the rest of the year's vertical planner, which goes to December. And then I do have these note pages back here that I can always come and grab if I need any extra sheets. So this is just gonna go set aside, but I will still be using it for the weeklies this week. All right, so first planner is going to be the horizontal planner. So we can pop this guy in. You can see I ripped it right there, so that's why I help them out right now. They come out easily now. So we'll pop it all together how it's gonna be, and then we'll have to take them out each for the decoration. Okay, so this is gonna be vertical. Oh yeah, horizontal's not first, hold on. Horizontal is gonna be second. So hold that thought. We have vertical, it's gonna be first. Okay. So I'm doing the vertical August. If you guys watch Frankenplanning videos, they're always a little confusing because, you know, we're working them out, you know, how we're going to set them up. So that's the same with Laurel Denise. It's a very exact same Frankenplanning video, because we're still working it out. All right, so this is vertical, first planner. Then we'll do horizontal. All right, I think I'm gonna keep, we'll do the heart still for, we'll do the heart for my horizontal because that's work. And I'm talking about this little paper clip here. We will do the striped for my timeline because it kind of reminds me of like a timeline. Okay, which is the vertical. Okay, so now I need to grab my horizontal pages out of my horizontal planner. And I'm actually gonna grab these out too. These are all of my holiday stickers, so I know I don't need them all for this month, so maybe I'll go through. But for right now, I'm just gonna grab them out. Okay, and then we need these weekly pages and this monthly back page. Whoops, whoops, whoops. I'm gonna try it. Should I try it with all four? I'm gonna try it with all four. That seemed to work fine. Let's try this one. Okay, let's see how they pull out. I'll try to be brave. Yeah, no, I wasn't brave. I'm just not gonna risk it. Okay, so I'm hoping them pop out. That's my August monthly, and then the August back page, which I will also help out. What's nice about putting all this in the project planner is I have to cut out the weeklies for the vertical and the horizontal, and that means they'll already be cut when I go to decorate them. So I don't know if you guys have seen my decorating videos, but I cut out the weeklies for decorating. I like to have them just like loose on my desk. Okay, so now we can set this horizontal planner aside, and we will use that cover in the future. And we'll get these September pages on. I meant August. I said September. I'm jumping ahead, aren't I? Okay, so September is going to be paper clipped together. And I think we can do that over here. Nope. So we'll tape on these together. We'll have the name, the holidays. We'll go straight into August timeline, which is my main planner now. So when I decorate this, I will have birthdays, anniversaries, everything over here on this monthly. And it'll be like practical habit trackers. Then we're gonna flip and we go straight into my horizontal planner, which is my work planner. So again, we'll have it decorated, and habit trackers will be related to work. And then we will flip again. I'll switch these. And this will be my project planner for August. Okay, so that is it. 3 planners in one set up, and then at the end of this video they will be decorated very soon, so stay tuned for that. It'll be like I never left you gals. But before we do that, let's get our minis set up. So I do think we could take out these previous months as well, so I'm going to put that on speed so you don't have to wait here forever. So we will be doing it until here. I'm gonna leave the July mail plan in though, because it might give me ideas for August. So let's get that going. Okay guys, so all of that took 5 minutes. Actually 4 minutes, but by the time I pull this out, I'm believing it's going to be about 5 minutes because I'm going to help it out. So it seems like it's going to take a long time, but I just cut out 6 months worth of earlier pages that I don't need, and it took 4 minutes to clip them and now like about a minute to get them out the first time because I'm helping them. I did want to say, if you have a planner like this, you don't actually have to take the pages out if you're Frankenplanning, because you may know, if you've seen my past videos or if you checked out the website or you just know about Laurel Denise planners, you can fit 12 pages in. So you can definitely get 1 month's worth of Frankenplanning of a different planner in here without having to remove all these pages. I'm just doing it because I want to kind of open up to where I started and just have those be the pages that are in here are ones that I've already decorated and used. So I like the idea of that. Oh, those came out nicely. Got a little brave, but okay. See, if you're brave, sometimes it works out, but I don't know. You decide, because like I said, I have ripped them. I ripped pages and monthlies, but I do think the minis are kind of easier too. Maybe I just don't get as nervous by the end. Okay, we are close. All right, and June, and then June pages. Easy. Okay, that was good. Yay, all right. So now we only have July in here, which I started at. But we're still gonna set up our Frankenplanner. I did keep this January in here just in case I wanna do budget or meal plan goals over here, or, you know, something, you know, for the planners. Over here, a list of special dates could be special meals that I have to plan, or special dates that I have to save for. Now that this is gonna be my meal plan and budget planner in one. So I can leave this free for now. And what I'll do is I'll just bookmark for August. Yeah, because I'm not gonna be moving this out of this cover every month because I do like this cover. Okay, so we have August here. We're gonna ignore these notes right now because those have to do with something else. And we're gonna come grab out August from this planner. So I know this is already clipped, right? Oh, I didn't clip it. That's hilarious. I thought I clipped it to decorate it. I did not. Okay, so let's get this clipped out and then we'll start Frankenplanning this. Just slam that really loud. I'm kind of shocked. I thought I clipped all my pages out to decorate. Okay, so clipping a month out takes less than a minute. So do remember that. Don't get overwhelmed by it clipping an entire month. I did do all the weeklies together, which I think I said not to do before, but it's working out well, and they're even pulling out well. I still like, you know, get nervous, but, and then I do the monthly mains in the back page itself, and I help it along sometimes. So less than a minute per month that you're Frankenplanning. So do remember that. You do not have to stress about it. It's not going to be that long to Frankenplan. All right, so now we have the vertical planner, which again is going to be the budget planner. And we're going to clip it on. Did I do this right, or did I? Yeah, I did. So I'd think about it for a second. If these are September pages, because you want your September weeklies behind your Frankenplan planner. And then you could clip this together. It's up to you, because you won't be going past there. So you don't really need to. You won't be going past here. But you need these first ones clipped together. So let's look at it now. We open directly into these early planning pages to my now meal planner. Then we will have the August meal planner, very smooth transition because it's the same planner. And this is the Frankenplan part. And then we go straight into my verticals, which is going to be my budget for August. And then I will go back to the monthly, pop this out at the end of August. Or actually just move it behind here. All right, so that is all set up too, Frankenplanned. So now we will get the videos going where we are decorating all these planners and setting them up fully for August. This is gonna be a long filming day, but I'm here for it. But this is what we did today. We Frankenplanned both of these, and I think I'll do, no, I don't. I have 2 more of these little flag guys. Why don't I use them? I think I'll do this dark one for food, but we are here right now. And then I will do this one for, okay, I don't want it in the same spot, so I'll do it over here for my budget. And that looks like that. Food, budget. And I can still put the bookmarks in as well, which I will do because I like to have them definitely at least to mark off the days like I've been doing. So, show you, you know, I like my ruler bookmark for that. All right. And I think we could do scalloped over here because I won't be marking off these days. These are just budget pages. All right, gals, that is set up in Frankenplan. I don't think we'll need 3 bookmarks, but actually I'll just leave it in case they start some budget or meal planning pages back here. Okay, so we have 2-in-1 in my mini, a horizontal and a horizontal meal plan and a vertical budget. We have 3 in my main. So I have filmed this ending several times because I just kept working on them and I wasn't sure how much time I was going to have to work on them, but I wanted to get the video finished just because we had a slab leak, so we had plumbers in and out, but I ended up being able to get everything done. So now this ending is going to include all the planners, even though it kind of trickled in like these and then, you know, but now we have them all done. So everything is Frankenplanned and everything is decorated and set up for August. Not filled in yet, but I will show you some of the things that I have done to fill in. So for here, we remember this spread I wasn't very happy about, but this is the meal plan planner that I will start planning for sometime this week to get it ready. And it's cute enough and colorful. Then it was Frankenplanned with my budget planner, which turned out so adorable. I love this. I have 1 whole page, both sides for groceries for the whole month. Then I have these 4 little pages for eBay. So like it would look like that. This is just to remind me what I'm putting there. And it would look like that. Super cute. And then this last page, I have a savings section here and a bills and debt section over here. And that's how I set this up as a budget planner covering the dates. I will have probably some other debt things over here. Trackers will have to do with finances. And then just maybe some goals. Any bill dates will be noted over here, and maybe grocery order dates as well, so I can keep track of how much I'm ordering groceries. But that is how everything looks. Super cute. I love it. So that is the budget and meal plan planner. Now for the rest of the meal plan, I will be doing weekly plan with me's. The budget, I don't know, we can maybe do some fill outs just to show you how it's going, but hopefully this second week I'll like a little better than what I did for this week. I don't know, something about the colors I don't love together with maybe the fruit over here. But overall, it's cute. So that was meal plan planner and budget planner, and I am loving my meal plan planner. I always know what's for breakfast or dinner. I mean, you could kind of think of that anyway, but sometimes it's like 3 o'clock and you're like, oh, what do I have thawed? What do I need to make for dinner? This totally eliminates all that for me. So I love it, love it, love it. Okay, it also helps me get the ingredients for the meals that I'm planning ahead of time and know that I have them, because you might think, oh, I'll make this, but you don't have the ingredients for it. So I'm super excited about how that's working out. Now this is my main Franken planner here, and we have it set up for August. So my first tab, oh, look how cute that turned out. The Wrong boho spring, which is actually just Wrong boho. It doesn't have like anything specific spring except maybe the soft colors. This turned out so cute. So I set it up, and this is my main planner. So I have birthdays and anniversaries over here. I'm doing it as timeline, and I do cleaning or priorities up here. Like if I'm taking my mom to lunch, cleaning extra down here, and then just a timeline of my day all the way across. So I like how that turned out. This is how the habit trackers turned out. They are gonna have something to do specifically with like cleaning and errands, And then this page, even though it's a little busy, it turned out really pretty. So I love how that looks. Super cute. Then we flip directly to the next tab, and I'm going to put my bookmarks back in, but I do often grab these now. And these are just paper clips. Also remember, I did paper clips at the bottom. Paper clip will be here to hold this page back when it's starting to, when I go past the week, and I always have a paper clip to go straight to my trackers. Paper clip to Frankenplan. Paper clip. Then we go into my second completely different planner. This is now the horizontal planner, and this is my work planner, and I use these really beautiful Wrong nautical stickers because, you know, summer is passing, so I wanted to get them on now. They're super pretty. Now this page, I know, again, a little busy, but look how pretty it is. It reminds me of a collage I used to do in college. It's super cute. And this is how it looks with the trackers. The habit trackers turn out cute too. So yeah, I have 1 YouTube channel, 2 YouTube channels, 3 YouTube channels, and that's what I track on here. Usually on these days, what I started doing at the end of July was writing down what videos I'm loading on those days. I really liked how that worked. And for this little corner here, I'm just gonna get a little teeny post-it, which I have this teeny one I just found. Oh, don't knock over my markers. Oh my goodness. Sometimes. Oh, I just got my desk more organized, but obviously there's still some problems. Okay, so just like a teeny post-it like this. This is a Happy Planner one from somewhere, and it can go right there, and it can have my video there. I'm gonna put that on top so I don't have to dig that out again. Okay, so the first week turned out super cute, and the monthly is gonna be really fun and cute to write in for the whole month. I'm thinking 1 channel, 2 channel, 3 channel goals for there. And then the trackers are all gonna have to do something with the channel. Okay, and then flip again, remove the paper clip and the paper clip. The paper clip here holds it together for my project planner. I loved this one too. This is Wrong Farm Life. Farm Life? Country Life? Oh, country something. What is it? Country Charm. Why couldn't I remember that? But I thought these gals really looked like they were doing projects. They were working hard. So I like them for the project planner. Everything turned out super cute for that. And what I've been doing is kind of still writing what I declutter over here, but I'm going to start adding more things as I get more projects done. So I really want to focus on this. I did okay in July, or not as good as I wanted. So here comes August, right? Okay. So that's my main planner, and then let's get to the pop-up planner because I just finished. It turned out really fun. So this is my homeschool and then like family command center planner. So what I did, I took out all of July to get ready for August, and then this is the back of these yearly overview pages, and I put like just at least first quarter subjects here that I have listed, and then we'll decide what days they're going to be on later, but this is just like an overview of what subjects we're going to have. And then over here is the monthly, which turned out super cute. This is what we will, this actually might be where I write, you know, Mondays, what subjects, Tuesdays, you know, and then every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we might have the same subjects with, you know, things can change, some exceptions. And then the weeklies will have the exact subjects. And those, we don't start until here. So we have next week and the next week to decorate, and then they get into the actual subjects. So it was important to get this set up. I think it turned out super cute. I also put family birthdays and anniversaries. I put their back to school day on their actual calendar. And this sits at the bottom of the stairs, so when they come down, they can see what they have to do for the day. Also, if we're going anywhere, I will put it on this calendar. Or if somebody's gonna be gone or has something, it's also down here and they can see it. So that turned out super cute. I was really happy with it. I think it's cute. And I also have, if this isn't enough pages, I do have all these pages back here that I can still put subjects or lessons on the backs of these pages. And this is kind of more for me. So when it's stood up, it'll be on the back side for me to look at, and I can just spin it around and look at it, and then spin it back around and give them their side. So that's the plan for this. Yeah, I'm really happy how it turned out. And then last but not least, the portrait planner, which is the wellness planner. Really loved how it looked for July, even though I got into it really late for July, so I didn't even have a use for these back pages yet. I had planned in my vertical planner from Laurel Denise, which was my first planner for wellness, starting early July. But now August, we're starting the complete month in this planner, and this is how I just decorated the monthly and the back and front planning pages. So like the goal pages, habit tracker, and then some other area for goal pages. And then we'll start decorating the weeklies as we go along. So that's how that one turned out as well. So now everything is set up and super cute for August. And I am relieved because it is gonna come fast this weekend. We'll be here super quickly. Okay, so now you've seen all the setups that I have for August in all 7 of my Laurel Denise planners, but Frankenplanned into 3 in here, 2 in here, and 2 standalones. So let me know what you think about these setups, and yes, back in several planners. Obviously not everybody needs all these planners, but I am liking spreading out a little. So hopefully I continue to like that. Okay, that is it for this video. Thanks so much for joining me today on Tamper with a Plan. I will see you next time. Bye guys.